Welcome to San Francisco, a city where hills meet the sea, bridges rise from the fog, and every street tells a story. From the legendary Alcatraz Island to the colorful painted ladies, from the vibrant Chinatown to the breathtaking Twin Peaks. This city is a tapestry of history, culture, and innovation. Join us as we explore the most amazing and unforgettable places in San Francisco, captured in stunning 4K. Get ready for imagine standing at the edge of the world, where the ocean meets the sky, and a giant bridge rises through rolling fog like a scene from a dream. This is San Francisco, a city where nature, history, and innovation collide in the most breathtaking way. From dramatic cliffs to futuristic skylines, every corner feels like a movie scene waiting to be explored. And at the heart of it all stands a legendary symbol that has captured imaginations for nearly a century. The Golden Gate Bridge is more than just a bridge. It is a global icon, a masterpiece of engineering, and a gateway into one of the most fascinating cities on Earth. As the morning fog drifts across its massive towers, the bridge appears and disappears like a living monument. Cars glide across its span, cyclists push against the wind, and travelers pause just to stare in awe. From above, the bridge stretches across the Golden Gate Strait, connecting San Francisco to Marin County, with a vast Pacific Ocean on one side and the calm San Francisco Bay on the other. When it was completed in 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge was the longest suspension bridge in the world. At the time, many believed it was impossible to build a bridge in such strong winds, deep waters, and powerful tides. But visionary engineers and bold designers refused to give up. They created something that would become one of the most photographed structures on the planet. Its famous orange-red color was chosen to stand out against the fog and blue waters, and today, it has become a signature of the city's identity. Walking across the Golden Gate Bridge is an unforgettable experience. The sound of the wind, the rhythm of traffic, and the distant call of seagulls create a unique atmosphere. Below, ships and boats move quietly across the water, while above, clouds and fog create dramatic shadows. At sunset, the bridge glows in warm golden light, and at night, its lights sparkle against the dark sky, forming a glowing path across the bay. From the Marin headlands, you can see the entire city skyline framed by the bridge. Skyscrapers rise behind rolling hills, while the water reflects the colors of the sky. This view is one of the most iconic in the world. Many travelers say that seeing the Golden Gate Bridge for the first time feels surreal, like stepping into a postcard or a film. But the bridge is not just a beautiful structure. It represents San Francisco's spirit of courage and creativity. It reminds the world that bold ideas can become reality, even when they seem impossible. It connects people, cultures, and communities, just as San Francisco itself connects tradition with innovation. As the fog slowly lifts and sunlight touches the bridge, the city begins to wake up. Ferries cross the bay, surfers ride the waves, and locals head to work in a city that never stops evolving. From tech innovators to artists and dreamers, San Francisco attracts people who want to change the world. And for many, the Golden Gate Bridge is the first symbol they see when arriving, a welcoming gate to endless possibilities. Whether viewed from a helicopter, a boat, or a quiet coastal trail, the Golden Gate Bridge never fails to impress. It stands strong against wind, waves, and time, reminding us that human imagination can shape the landscape in extraordinary ways. In this city of fog and sunlight, of history and future, the bridge remains a timeless guardian, watching over San Francisco and inspiring millions around the world. This is just the beginning of our journey through the wonders of San Francisco, a city where every street tells a story and every view feels unforgettable. Picture a dark silhouette rising from the water, surrounded by mist and mystery, a place once feared by criminals and guarded by the cold, restless bay. As the waves crash against its rocky shores, stories of daring escapes and legendary prisoners echo through time. Welcome to San Francisco Bay and the infamous island of Alcatraz. The San Francisco Bay is the lifeblood of the city. Its waters shimmer under the California sun, reflecting skyscrapers, bridges, and endless horizons. From the moment you step onto a ferry, the city skyline slowly fades behind you, replaced by open water, salty air, and the sound of seagulls circling above. The bay feels calm and powerful at the same time, a natural stage for one of the most dramatic urban landscapes in the world. As the boat moves forward, Alcatraz Island comes into view. At first, it looks peaceful, almost beautiful. Green grass, old buildings, and birds nesting along the cliffs. But this small island carries one of the darkest and most fascinating histories in America. Known as the Rock, Alcatraz was once considered the most secure prison in the country. Surrounded by freezing waters and strong currents, escape seemed impossible. From 1934 to 1963, Alcatraz held some of the most dangerous criminals of its time. Names like Al Capone and Machine Gun Kelly walked its narrow corridors. Prisoners lived in tiny cells, listening to the sounds of the city they could see but never touch. On quiet nights, they could hear music and laughter drifting across the bay from San Francisco. Freedom was so close, yet completely unreachable. The prison gained legendary status because of its strict rules and dramatic escape attempts. Some inmates tried to flee, using homemade rafts made from raincoats. Others disappeared into the icy waters, their fate still debated today. Did anyone truly escape, or did the bay claim them forever? The mystery continues to fascinate millions of visitors each year. Today, Alcatraz is no longer a prison. It is a museum and a national park, welcoming travelers from all over the world. Visitors walk through cell blocks, listen to recorded stories from former prisoners and guards, and stand in the dining hall where thousands of meals were served under strict supervision. Every room tells a story of isolation, discipline, and survival. From the island, the view of San Francisco is breathtaking. The Golden Gate Bridge stretches across the horizon, the skyline glows in the sunlight, and the bay sparkles in every direction. It is a powerful contrast. A place once designed to keep people away now offers one of the most stunning viewpoints in the city. The bay itself is full of life. Ferries cross the water daily, sailboats glide silently, and sea lions swim near the piers. At sunrise, the sky turns pink and orange, reflecting on the calm surface. At sunset, the city lights shimmer like stars on the water. The bay connects neighborhoods, communities, and cultures, just like the bridges that cross it. San Francisco Bay is not just a body of water. It is a living story of exploration, trade, migration, and innovation. It has witnessed gold rush dreams, immigrant journeys, and technological revolutions, and in the middle of it all stands Alcatraz, a silent reminder of history's shadows and humanity's curiosity. As the ferry returns to the city, Alcatraz slowly disappears into the mist. But its stories remain, etched into the memory of every visitor. The bay continues to move, the city continues to grow, and the legends of the Rock continue to inspire films, books, and imaginations around the world. This is San Francisco Bay, a place where beauty meets mystery, and where history rises from the water like a timeless legend. Step into a world where the ocean breeze carries the smell of fresh seafood, laughter fills the air, and every corner feels alive with color and sound. This is Fisherman's Wharf, one of the most vibrant and unforgettable places in San Francisco, a waterfront playground where history, culture, and entertainment come together in the most lively way. Fisherman's Wharf began as a working harbor for Italian fishermen who arrived in San Francisco during the gold rush. They built wooden boats, cast their nets into the bay, and brought in the fresh catch that would feed a growing city. Over time, this humble fishing port transformed into one of the city's most famous destinations, but it never lost its connection to the sea. Today, the wharf is a sensory experience. Street performers juggle, play music, and entertain crowds. Vendors sell souvenirs, handmade crafts, and local treats. The sound of waves crashing against the docks mixes with music, chatter, and the calls of seagulls overhead. It feels like a festival that never ends. One of the highlights of Fisherman's Wharf is Pier 39, a bustling pier filled with shops, restaurants, and attractions. But the true stars of Pier 39 are the sea lions. These playful animals gather on floating docks, barking loudly and lounging in the sun. Visitors from around the world stop to watch them swim, jump, and interact with each other. Their energy and personality make Pier 39 feel alive. Food is a major part of the Fisherman's Wharf experience. Clam chowder served in a sourdough bread bowl is a local classic. Fresh crab, shrimp, and seafood platters are available at countless restaurants. The aroma of grilled fish and baked bread drifts through the air, tempting every passerby. Whether you eat at a fine restaurant or a simple street stall, every meal feels connected to the ocean. As you walk along the wooden docks, you'll see historic ships anchored in the harbor. Tall ships with towering masts, old fishing boats, and classic vessels from different eras tell the story of San Francisco's maritime past. Some are museums where visitors can step aboard and explore life at sea. Others are still in use, carrying passengers across the bay. The views from Fisherman's Wharf are stunning. The Golden Gate Bridge rises in the distance. Alcatraz Island sits quietly in the bay, and the city skyline reflects on the water. At sunset, the sky turns orange and pink, and the bay becomes a mirror of colors. At night, lights from boats and buildings shimmer like stars. Fisherman's Wharf is also full of attractions. Street performers, arcades, aquariums, and interactive museums make it a perfect place for families and travelers. You can watch artists create paintings, listen to live music, or simply sit by the water and enjoy the moment. Every step reveals something new, but beyond the fun and excitement, Fisherman's Wharf represents San Francisco's connection to the sea. It reminds visitors that this city grew from the water, shaped by waves, trade, and exploration. The harbor has welcomed immigrants, explorers, and dreamers for centuries, and today it welcomes travelers from every corner of the world. As the sun sets and the lights of Pier 39 glow, Fisherman's Wharf transforms into a magical scene. Reflections dance on the water, music continues in the streets, and the sea lions settle down for the night. It's a place where memories are made, where laughter echoes, and where the spirit of San Francisco feels most alive. This is Fisherman's Wharf, a lively waterfront full of history, flavor, and unforgettable energy. A place where the ocean meets the city, and where every visitor becomes part of the story. Imagine a street that twists and turns like a ribbon dropped from the sky, surrounded by colorful flowers, classic houses, and breathtaking city views. A place where every curve feels like a scene from a movie, and every step reveals a new angle of San Francisco's charm. This is Lombard Street, one of the most famous and photographed streets in the world. Lombard Street is known as the crookedest street on earth, and for good reason. This short but iconic section of road features 8 sharp hairpin turns, carefully designed to make the steep hill safe for cars and pedestrians. From above, the street looks like a zigzagging path carved into the hillside, framed by perfectly maintained gardens and elegant homes. Driving down Lombard Street is a slow, winding journey. Cars move carefully around each curve while tourists line the sidewalks, cameras in hand, capturing every moment. The sound of engines, footsteps, and laughter mixes with the rustling of leaves and the distant hum of the city below. It feels playful, unique, and full of character. But Lombard Street is more than just a quirky road. It is a symbol of San Francisco's creativity and charm. The city is famous for its steep hills, and instead of fighting the terrain, people embraced it. They turned a challenge into a landmark, creating one of the most memorable streets in the world. Just above Lombard Street lies Russian Hill, one of San Francisco's most scenic neighborhoods. From the top, the city unfolds in every direction. You can see the skyline rising in the distance, the Bay Bridge stretching across the water, and the Golden Gate Bridge standing proudly against the horizon. On clear days, the view feels endless, as if the city and the ocean are merging into one vast landscape. Russian Hill is also home to beautiful historic homes, quiet parks, and hidden staircases that connect different levels of the neighborhood. Walking through its streets feels peaceful and cinematic. Victorian houses line 88, the hills, painted in soft colors, each with its own story and personality. Some homes date back more than a century, surviving earthquakes, fires, and the constant evolution of the city. At sunset, Russian Hill becomes truly magical. The sky turns shades of orange, pink, and purple, casting a warm glow over the city. Lights begin to flicker on in the buildings below, and the streets of San Francisco start to sparkle. From this elevated point, you can watch the city transform from day to night, a living, breathing landscape of light and motion. Lombard Street and Russian Hill together represent the playful side of San Francisco. They show how the city embraces its geography, turning steep hills into attractions and viewpoints into unforgettable experiences. They remind visitors that San Francisco is not just a city to see, but a city to explore, climb, and feel. As you stand at the top of Lombard Street, looking down at its winding curves, you realize why people from around the world come here. It is not just about the street itself, but about the feeling of being in a place where imagination meets reality, where streets curve like artwork and views feel like paintings brought to life. This is Lombard Street and Russian Hill, a perfect blend of beauty, creativity, and breathtaking views. A place where San Francisco shows its most charming and cinematic side, inviting you to slow down, look around, and fall in love with every curve of the city. Listen closely, and you'll hear a sound that feels timeless. A metal bell rings, cables hum beneath the streets, and a wooden car climbs a steep hill with passengers smiling at the view. This is San Francisco's cable car, a moving symbol of history, resilience, and charm in the heart of a modern city. San Francisco's cable cars are the last manually operated cable car system in the world. They were first introduced in the late 1800s, when the city needed a solution for its steep hills. Horses struggled to pull carriages uphill, and accidents were common. The cable car changed everything, using underground cables to pull the cars up and down the slopes. What began as a practical invention soon became a beloved icon. Stepping onto a cable car feels like stepping back in time. The wooden interiors, polished brass details, and open platforms create a nostalgic atmosphere. Conductors grip the lever, controlling the speed and stopping at each corner. Passengers hold onto poles, laughing and waving as the city unfolds around them. The wind brushes past your face, and every turn reveals a new postcard-worthy view. As the cable car climbs the hills, you see the city from a unique perspective. Rows of colorful houses stretch across the slopes. Skyscrapers rise in the distance. The bay sparkles under the sunlight. From the top of the hill, the city feels alive, layered, and endlessly fascinating. The cable car routes pass through some of San Francisco's most famous areas, including Union Square, Chinatown, and Nob Hill. Union Square is the heart of downtown, filled with luxury shops, hotels, theaters, and busy streets. It is a place where locals and travelers meet, where fashion, art, and culture come together. Street musicians perform, people gather in cafes, and the energy never stops. Downtown San Francisco is a striking mix of old and new. Historic buildings stand beside glass skyscrapers, creating a skyline that reflects both tradition and innovation. The city is home to some of the world's leading technology companies, financial institutions, and creative industries. Yet, amid the modern towers, you'll still find classic architecture that tells stories of the past. Walking through downtown, you'll discover hidden alleys, rooftop views, and vibrant neighborhoods. Cafes serve artisanal coffee, galleries display contemporary art, and markets sell fresh local produce. The streets are full of movement, ambition, and creativity. Every corner feels like a new chapter in the city's story. The cable cars are not just transportation. They are a living museum, a reminder of San Francisco's pioneering spirit. They survived earthquakes, fires, and the changing times, thanks to residents who fought to preserve them. Today, they carry millions of passengers every year, connecting people to the city's history in a way no modern train ever could. At night, downtown San Francisco transforms into a glowing landscape. Lights reflect off glass, towers, theaters. Light reflect off glass towers. Theaters light up with performances, and restaurants buzz with conversation. Cable cars continue to move through the streets, their bells echoing through the city like a heartbeat. As you ride through the hills, you realize that San Francisco is a city built on movement and imagination. From its early days of invention to its role as a global center of technology and culture, it has always pushed boundaries while honoring its past. The cable car ride ends, but the feeling stays with you. The sound of the bell, the wind on your face, the city stretching out below. It is a reminder that some journeys are not just about reaching a destination, but about experiencing the soul of a place. This is San Francisco's cable cars and historic downtown. A journey through time, culture, and innovation. A city that moves forward without ever forgetting where it came from. Imagine a row of elegant houses painted in soft pastels, standing gracefully against a modern skyline. Each home looks like it came from a storybook, with ornate details, bay windows, and delicate trim. This is the Painted Ladies, one of San Francisco's most charming and recognizable sights. The Painted Ladies are a collection of Victorian houses located near Alamo Square Park. Built in the late 1800s, these homes survived earthquakes, fires, and the rapid transformation of the city. While many old buildings disappeared over time, these houses remained, preserved as symbols of San Francisco's architectural heritage and artistic spirit. Their nickname comes from their colorful facades. Each house is painted in carefully chosen shades, highlighting the intricate woodwork and decorative features that define Victorian architecture. Soft blues, warm creams, gentle greens, and muted reds blend together, creating a harmonious and picturesque scene. The contrast between the historic homes and the modern skyscrapers behind them creates one of the most iconic views in the city. Standing in Alamo Square Park, you get a perfect view of the Painted Ladies with downtown San Francisco rising in the background. Locals relax on the grass, families picnic, and travelers take photos, trying to capture the perfect angle. It feels calm and timeless, like stepping into a different era while still being in the heart of a bustling city. These homes tell stories of a different San Francisco, a time when horse-drawn carriages filled the streets and craftsmen carved every detail by hand. Each Victorian house was designed to show elegance, pride, and individuality. The decorative trim, tall windows, and steep roofs reflect the creativity and craftsmanship of the era. Inside, many of these homes are just as impressive. High ceilings, stained glass windows, wooden staircases, and classic fireplaces give them a warm and historic character. Some are private residences. Others have been turned into apartments or guest houses. No matter their purpose, they carry the charm of the past into the present. The Painted Ladies became famous around the world through movies, TV shows, and postcards. They symbolize San Francisco's beauty and its dedication to preserving history. While the city continues to grow and change, these houses remain a reminder of its roots and traditions. Walking through the surrounding neighborhoods, you'll find more Victorian and Edwardian homes, each with unique colors and designs. The streets are lined with trees, small gardens, and quiet corners that feel peaceful and cinematic. It is easy to imagine life here a century ago, when the city was young and full of promise. As the sun sets, the Painted Ladies glow in warm light. Shadows stretch across the park, and the skyline behind them lights up with thousands of windows. The contrast between old and new becomes even more striking. It feels like two eras meeting in one frame, creating a scene that feels both nostalgic and futuristic. The Painted Ladies are more than just beautiful houses. They represent San Francisco's identity, a city that values creativity, diversity, and history. They show how the past and present can coexist, creating a landscape that is rich in character and meaning. As you sit on a bench in Alamo Square Park, watching the city change colors with the fading light, you realize why these homes are so beloved. They are not just buildings. They are symbols of resilience, artistry, and the timeless charm of San Francisco. This is the Painted Ladies and the Victorian neighborhoods of San Francisco, a place where history is painted in color, where architecture tells stories, and where every window seems to look out onto a city full of dreams. Step into a world where red lanterns glow above bustling streets. The scent of spices fills the air, and centuries of culture come alive in every corner. This is Chinatown, one of the oldest and most vibrant neighborhoods in San Francisco, and one of the largest Chinese communities outside Asia. Here, tradition and modern life blend into a colorful, unforgettable experience. San Francisco's Chinatown was founded in the mid-1800s, when Chinese immigrants arrived during the gold rush, searching for opportunity and a better future. They faced hardship, discrimination, and isolation, but they built a community that would endure for generations. Today, Chinatown stands as a powerful symbol of resilience, identity, and cultural pride. As you walk through the iconic Dragon Gate on Grand Avenue, the atmosphere changes instantly. Bright red lanterns hang overhead, storefronts display intricate calligraphy and golden decorations, and the streets feel alive with energy. Markets overflow with exotic fruits, herbal medicines, teas, and traditional goods. The sounds of conversations, laughter, and music create a lively rhythm that never fades. Temples and historic buildings add a spiritual and historical depth to the neighborhood. Incense drifts through the air as visitors step inside to see statues, carvings, and ancient rituals still practiced today. These places are not just tourist attractions, but living centers of faith and tradition, connecting generations to their heritage. Food is at the heart of Chinatown. Restaurants serve authentic dim sum, noodles, roasted duck, and countless regional specialties. Steam rises from bamboo baskets, chefs work quickly in open kitchens, and families gather around round tables to share meals. Every dish tells a story of migration, adaptation, and cultural fusion. But Chinatown is only one piece of San Francisco's rich cultural mosaic. The city is known for its diversity, where people from every corner of the world come together. Just a few streets away, you can find Italian cafes, Mexican taquerias, Middle Eastern bakeries, and the modern fusion restaurant. Each neighborhood has its own rhythm, its own traditions, and its own stories. San Francisco's diversity is visible in its festivals, art, and everyday life. Parades celebrate Lunar New Year, Pride, and countless cultural traditions. Street art reflects social movements, personal stories, and creative expression. Music, fashion, and languages blend together, creating a city that feels global and inclusive. Walking through Chinatown at night feels magical. Lanterns glow softly, shop windows shine with gold and red decorations, and the streets feel warm and welcoming. Locals chat on corners, visitors explore hidden alleys, and the city's heartbeat continues long after the sun sets. Chinatown represents more than a neighborhood. It represents the immigrant experience, the power of community, and the beauty of cultural exchange. It shows how traditions can survive and evolve in a modern world, creating something unique and inspiring. San Francisco's diversity is one of its greatest strengths. It is a city built by dreamers, explorers, and innovators from every background. It is a place where identities are celebrated, where voices are heard, and where creativity thrives. As you walk through Chinatown and beyond, you realize that San Francisco is not just a city of landmarks and views. It is a city of people, stories, and cultures woven together into one vibrant tapestry. Every street has a different flavor, every face has a different story, and every neighborhood adds a new chapter to the city's identity. This is Chinatown and the multicultural soul of San Francisco, a living, breathing celebration of heritage, diversity, and unity. A place where the world meets, and where every visitor can find a piece of home. Imagine standing above a city wrapped in clouds, where skyscrapers pierce the mist and the ocean stretches endlessly beyond the horizon. The wind moves through the hills, the lights shimmer below, and the world feels quiet, vast, and cinematic. This is Twin Peaks, one of the most breathtaking viewpoints in San Francisco. Twin Peaks are two high hills located near the center of the city, rising more than 900 feet above sea level. From here, you can see almost all of San Francisco in one sweeping panorama. The downtown skyline, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge, and the Pacific Ocean all come together in a single, unforgettable view. It feels like standing on the roof of the city. As you drive up the winding road, the city slowly disappears behind you. Trees and shrubs line the hills, and the sound of traffic fades into the background. At the top, an open platform awaits, offering a 360-degree view that feels endless. On clear days, you can see for miles in every direction. On foggy days, the city appears and disappears beneath a sea of clouds, creating a mysterious and cinematic atmosphere. Sunrise at Twin Peaks is magical. The sky turns soft shades of pink and orange as the sun rises over the bay. The city below slowly wakes up, lights turning off one by one, streets filling with movement. The fog lifts gently, revealing bridges, buildings, and neighborhoods. It feels like watching a giant city come to life from above. At sunset, Twin Peaks becomes even more dramatic. The sun sinks into the Pacific Ocean, painting the sky in deep reds and purples. The city lights begin to glow, creating a sparkling blanket across the hills. Cars move like tiny glowing lines, and skyscrapers light up like beacons in the night. It is one of the most romantic and cinematic scenes in San Francisco. Twin Peaks is also a peaceful escape from the busy city. Locals come here to hike, jog, or simply sit and reflect. The surrounding parkland offers trails that wind through natural landscapes with wildflowers, birds, and quiet corners that feel far removed from urban life. It is a reminder that nature is always close, even in a major city. From Twin Peaks, you can see the unique geography that defines San Francisco. Hills rise and fall across the city, neighborhoods climb steep slopes, and the bay curves around the land. The city looks like a living map, full of stories, movement, and character. Every neighborhood has its own shape and personality, visible from this high vantage point. Photographers and filmmakers love Twin Peaks for its dramatic lighting and cinematic views. The combination of fog, hills, water, and skyline creates a visual masterpiece. Many iconic shots of San Francisco are captured from this spot, making it one of the most famous viewpoints in the world. Standing at the top of Twin Peaks, you feel both small and inspired. You see how vast the city is, how connected everything feels, and how nature and urban life blend together. The wind carries the sounds of the city upward, mixing with silence and open space. It is a moment of perspective, a chance to see San Francisco from a new angle. As night falls, the city below becomes a galaxy of lights. The bridges glow, the streets sparkle, and the fog drifts through the skyline like a slow-moving river. From Twin Peaks, San Francisco looks like a living constellation, constantly moving and shining. This is Twin Peaks, a place of breathtaking view, peaceful moments, and cinematic beauty. A place where you can see the soul of San Francisco from above, and where every visit feels like standing on the edge of a dream. Imagine a vast green oasis stretching across the city, where forests, lakes, gardens, and museums exist side by side, with modern streets and neighborhoods. A place where nature breathes inside the city, offering peace, beauty, and endless discovery. This is Golden Gate Park, one of the largest and most beautiful urban parks in the world. Golden Gate Park stretches for miles, from the heart of San Francisco to the Pacific Ocean. It is larger than Central Park in New York and filled with landscapes that feel like separate worlds. As you enter the park, the noise of the city fades away, replaced by the sound of wind in the trees, birds singing, and footsteps on quiet paths. The park is home to lush gardens, open meadows, and peaceful lakes. The Japanese tea garden is one of its most serene corners. Wooden bridges curve over koi ponds, lanterns glow among carefully trimmed trees, and traditional architecture creates a calm, meditative atmosphere. Visitors walk slowly, taking photos, sipping tea, and enjoying a moment of quiet in the middle of the city. Nearby, the San Francisco Botanical Garden showcases thousands of plant species from around the world. Tall palm trees, colorful flowers, and rare plants create a living museum of global nature. Each section represents a different climate and region, allowing visitors to travel the world through landscapes without leaving the park. Golden Gate Park is also home to world-class museums. The De Young Museum rises with its striking modern architecture, offering art collections from different cultures and eras. The California Academy of Sciences combines a planetarium, aquarium, rainforest, and natural history museum under one living roof. Inside, you can walk through a tropical rainforest, watch penguins play, and explore the wonders of the universe. Lakes and waterways add to the park's peaceful charm. Stowe Lake offers boat rentals, where visitors can paddle across calm waters surrounded by greenery. Reflections of trees and bridges ripple across the surface, creating postcard-perfect scenes. Nearby, quiet trails invite walkers, runners, and cyclists to explore hidden corners of the park. On weekends, Golden Gate Park comes alive with music, picnics, and outdoor activities. Families spread blankets on the grass, musicians perform in open fields, and people gather to relax under the sun. Festivals, concerts, and cultural events take place throughout the year, turning the park into a vibrant gathering place for the city. At the western edge of the park, the landscape opens toward the Pacific Ocean. Wind moves through the dunes, waves crash against the shore, and the horizon stretches endlessly. It is a powerful reminder that San Francisco is a city shaped by both nature and the sea. Golden Gate Park is more than a park. It is a sanctuary, a cultural center, and a natural escape. It represents the city's commitment to preserving green spaces and creating a place where everyone can connect with nature, art, and community. As the sun sets, the park changes mood. Golden light filters through the trees, shadows stretch across the grass, and the city skyline glows in the distance. The air feels calm, reflective, and peaceful. People walk quietly, couples sit by the lakes, and the world slows down for a moment. Standing in Golden Gate Park, you realize how rare and precious such spaces are. In a fast-moving city filled with technology and innovation, this park offers balance. It offers silence, beauty, and a connection to the natural world. This is Golden Gate Park, a green heart beating inside San Francisco. A place where nature meets culture, where the city pauses to breathe, and where every visitor can find a moment of peace in the middle of a legendary city. Look beyond the hills, the bridges, and the bustling streets, and you'll see another side of San Francisco, one that shapes the world. This is a city of innovation, of creativity, and of ideas that have changed the way we live, work, and dream. From the tech hubs of Silicon Valley to the startups lining Market Street, San Francisco pulses with energy and possibility, a place where vision meets action. The story of modern San Francisco is inseparable from the world of technology. Just south of the city, in Silicon Valley, some of the greatest innovations of the 21st century were born. From computers to smartphones, from social networks to groundbreaking software, the region has become a global epicenter of invention. Entrepreneurs and engineers converge here, chasing ideas that could redefine industries and transform lives. Yet the spirit of innovation is not confined to offices and labs. It spills into the streets, into cafes, co-working spaces, and galleries. San Francisco attracts dreamers from every corner of the globe. Artists, engineers, writers, and thinkers, each drawn to a city where curiosity is celebrated and risk-taking is encouraged. The energy is palpable, people collaborating, brainstorming, and testing ideas, all against the backdrop of a city rich in history and beauty. Walking through neighborhoods like Soma, the Mission, and the Financial District, you see the fusion of old and new. Historic brick buildings sit alongside sleek glass towers, street murals share space with modern art installations, and cafes hum with discussions about the future. The city feels alive, constantly evolving, yet rooted in tradition and culture. San Francisco's influence extends far beyond technology. It has become a center of culture, creativity, and progressive thought. Festivals, exhibitions, and performances showcase the diversity and imagination of its people. Every neighborhood tells a story. Chinatown with its heritage and resilience, the Mission with its murals and Latin spirit, Haight-Ashbury with echoes of the counter-culture movement. Together, they form a mosaic of ideas, experiences, and dreams. Nature and innovation coexist here in a delicate balance. From the hills of Twin Peaks to the shores of the Bay, the city offers breathtaking landscapes that inspire both artists and innovators alike. Fog rolls over the water, sunlight reflects off the skyscrapers, and the Golden Gate Bridge stands as a symbol not only of engineering achievement, but also of human vision and determination. San Francisco is a city that thrives on possibility. Startups launch from small offices, ideas take flight in incubators, and global leaders emerge from local cafes. The city fosters creativity, encourages exploration, and rewards those who dare to dream differently. It is a place where imagination has no limits, and where ambition is nurtured by a culture of collaboration and vision. Even in its neighborhoods and parks, the influence of innovation is felt. People work remotely from Golden Gate Park, sketch ideas on street corners, and hold informal meetings in historic cafes. Art and technology intersect in ways that surprise and delight, creating a culture where inspiration is around every corner. Every street, every building, and every person contributes to a living ecosystem of creativity and progress. But perhaps the greatest innovation of San Francisco is its spirit. It is a city that embraces diversity, values resilience, and celebrates curiosity. It is a city that has faced earthquakes, fires, economic shifts, and social change, and yet continues to grow, evolve, and inspire. Its residents understand that progress is not just about technology, but about ideas, culture, and humanity. From the hills overlooking the bay, you can see the city in all its complexity. Bridges connect land and people. Streets wind through neighborhoods alive with culture. Lights sparkle at night like stars, reflecting the endless energy and potential of this extraordinary place. The city is a canvas, constantly painted anew by those who live and dream here. San Francisco reminds the world that innovation is more than invention. It is a mindset. It is about seeing possibilities where others see limits. It is about connecting people, ideas, and communities to create something bigger than ourselves. And it is about building a future while honoring the past. This is San Francisco, a city of dreams, creativity, and endless opportunity. A place where every corner tells a story, where innovation meets humanity, and where the spirit of exploration never fades. It is more than a city. It is an inspiration, a vision, and a living testament to what humanity can achieve when imagination and courage converge. From the bustling streets of downtown to the serene shoreline of the bay, San Francisco is a city of contrasts, where the past and future exist side by side, and every corner tells a story. Beyond its iconic bridges and historic neighborhoods, it is a place defined by visionaries, artists, and dreamers who have shaped its identity for generations. This city is alive not only with movement and innovation, but with a sense of possibility that inspires everyone who walks its streets. Silicon Valley, just a short drive south of the city, represents the cutting edge of human creativity and invention. Here, ideas become reality in garages, studios, and high-rise offices. The valley has birthed technologies that connect the world, redefined communication, and transformed industries. Entrepreneurs take risks, engineers solve problems, and thinkers challenge conventions every single day. Yet, even with its global impact, the spirit of innovation is deeply rooted in the city itself, influencing art, culture, and community. The neighborhoods of San Francisco each contribute to this mosaic of ideas and culture. The Mission District, vibrant and colorful, is a living canvas of murals that tell stories of social struggle, heritage, and hope. Haight-Ashbury carries the echoes of counterculture, where rebellion and creativity once reshaped music, art, and philosophy. Chinatown preserves centuries-old traditions, markets, and festivals that celebrate resilience and identity. Each neighborhood, distinct yet interconnected, adds depth and character to the city's identity. Walking the streets, you feel the rhythm of the city. Cafes buzz with conversation, artists sketch murals on walls, and musicians fill plazas with melody. There is an energy that is at once electric and inviting, as if the city itself encourages curiosity and exploration. It is a place where ideas cross paths, collaborations form spontaneously, and every encounter can spark inspiration. The city's architecture tells another part of the story. Victorian houses with ornate details and pastel colors sit alongside modern glass towers, reflecting both history and progress. Skyscrapers rise near historic buildings, creating a skyline that is both dynamic and harmonious. Bridges, like the Golden Gate and Bay Bridge, connect not just land, but communities, symbolizing the city's ability to link tradition with forward-thinking innovation. San Francisco also values its natural landscapes. Parks, hills, and waterfronts provide spaces for reflection, recreation, and connection with nature. From the peaks of Twin Peaks, where panoramic views stretch across the city and bay, to Golden Gate Park's vast meadows and serene lakes, these spaces offer balance, grounding the city's rapid pace with calm beauty. Nature and innovation coexist here, each inspiring the other. Culture is woven into every facet of life in San Francisco. Theaters, museums, galleries, and music venues celebrate creativity in all its forms. Festivals showcase diversity and bring communities together. Cuisine from around the world reflects both tradition and experimentation. From fine dining to street food, every meal tells a story of culture, history, and innovation. The city is a laboratory for human expression, constantly evolving while honoring its roots. Nightfall transforms San Francisco into a city of light and motion. Streetlights flicker along winding hills, reflections shimmer on the bay, and skyscrapers glow with life. The soundscape shifts from bustling traffic to distant music and the gentle lapping of waves. The city feels alive, but also intimate, as if it invites each observer to find their place within its vast, dynamic energy. For visitors and locals alike, San Francisco embodies possibility. It is a city that encourages exploration, rewards creativity, and embraces risk. It challenges conventions while preserving heritage. It nurtures individuality while fostering community. Every street corner, every hillside, and every waterfront tells the story of a city built on dreams, resilience, and imagination. Even in its quieter corners, the spirit of the city shines. Cafes, bookstores, and parks host conversations and connections that spark ideas. Street art, murals, and installations turn ordinary walls into galleries. Musicians, performers, and creators transform public spaces into stages. The city itself becomes an interactive canvas, alive with expression, dialogue, and innovation. San Francisco teaches that a city is more than infrastructure and landmarks. It is its people, its culture, and its ideas. It is the shared dreams of thousands of individuals converging into a collective vision. From technology to art, from heritage to innovation, every layer of the city reflects the human spirit at its most creative and ambitious. This is San Francisco, a city that defies limits, embraces imagination, and inspires action. It is a city where history and the future meet, where challenges become opportunities, and where the extraordinary is part of everyday life. Standing here, looking at the city's hills, bridges, and lights, you feel the pulse of a place that continues to dream, to create, and to shape the world. From the golden glow of sunrise to the quiet hum of the city at midnight, San Francisco tells a story that is both timeless and evolving. Here, every hill, street, and neighborhood, carries a legacy of resilience, creativity, and ambition. The city's energy is not limited to its iconic landmarks or bustling tech corridors. It flows through the people who call it home, shaping a culture that celebrates diversity, innovation, and the power of human imagination. Silicon Valley may be the engine of global technological progress, but San Francisco itself is the heart that pumps life into the region. Entrepreneurs, artists, engineers, and dreamers converge in this city, finding inspiration in its streets, architecture, and natural landscapes. Coffee shops and co-working spaces become incubators for ideas that can change the world, while parks, piers, and hills offer moments of reflection and clarity. The city itself feels like a collaborator, challenging its inhabitants to imagine bigger, reach higher, and create with purpose. The cultural fabric of San Francisco is rich and layered. In neighborhoods like the Mission District, murals tell stories of identity, struggle, and hope. Haight-Ashbury resonates with echoes of counterculture movements that once transformed music, art, and social thought. Chinatown preserves centuries-old traditions, festivals, and markets, offering a vibrant, living connection to history. North Beach pulses with literary history, cafes where poets and writers once gathered to exchange ideas. Every neighborhood has a voice, and together they form a chorus of creativity and resilience. Architecture is another language the city speaks fluently. The painted ladies and Victorian homes remind visitors of the city's rich heritage, while modern glass towers showcase its drive for progress. Bridges, like the Golden Gate and Bay Bridge, do more than span waterways. They connect communities, ideas, and possibilities. Streets climb steep hills, revealing panoramic vistas at every turn, and cable cars traverse them as moving monuments to ingenuity and tradition. Nature remains ever present in San Francisco, providing balance and perspective. Twin Peaks offers sweeping views that stretch across the city, bays, and ocean. Golden Gate Park's forests, lakes, and gardens create a sanctuary amid the urban pulse. Coastal cliffs and beaches invite reflection, offering solitude and inspiration. The interplay of city and nature enhances creativity, offering a reminder that even in the heart of innovation, there is space for contemplation, beauty, and grounding. The arts thrive here, feeding the city's soul. Museums, galleries, theaters, and performance spaces celebrate human creativity and expression. Street performances bring the city to life, transforming sidewalks and plazas into stages. Music, dance, and visual art merge seamlessly with the rhythm of everyday life. Festivals from the Lunar New Year to Pride celebrate the city's diversity, creating a sense of connection that transcends boundaries and unites communities. San Francisco is also a city of courage. It has weathered earthquakes, fires, economic shifts, and social transformations, yet it continues to grow, adapt, and inspire. Its resilience is mirrored in its people, those willing to take risks, challenge norms, and dream without limits. From small startups to global tech leaders, the city nurtures ingenuity and perseverance. It is a place where failure is embraced as a step toward innovation, and where ambition finds fertile ground to thrive. The city streets are full of stories. Every cafe, bookstore, and park bench has witnessed conversations, ideas, and connections that ripple far beyond the city itself. Each step through its neighborhoods offers glimpses of humanity at its most creative and resilient artists painting murals, engineers sketching prototypes, families celebrating cultural traditions, and musicians filling streets with melody. The rhythm of life here is both dynamic and harmonious, a testament to the city's unique spirit. At night, San Francisco transforms once again. Lights twinkle along the hills, bridges glow across the bay, and the skyline shimmers like a constellation brought to Earth. The fog rolls in from the Pacific, softening the city's edges and adding a sense of mystery. From this vantage point, one can see not only the city's architecture, but its heartbeat, the flow of energy, ideas, and dreams moving endlessly. San Francisco embodies the essence of possibility. It teaches that cities are not merely structures of concrete and steel, but living organisms shaped by creativity, culture, and human aspiration. Here, innovation is everywhere, not only in technology, but in art, culture, and daily life. The city encourages exploration, rewards imagination, and nurtures the courage to pursue bold ideas. This is San Francisco, a city that inspires the world. It is a place where history, culture, nature, and innovation converge, where challenges become opportunities, and where every street corner, every hill, and every bridge tells a story of human ambition. To experience San Francisco is to witness a living testament to what imagination, courage, and creativity can achieve. It is more than a city. It is a vision, a movement, and a source of endless inspiration. From the bustling piers to the serene hills, San Francisco is a city that thrives on perspective, where every angle reveals a new story, and every journey uncovers layers of history, culture, and imagination. In the heart of the city, life moves at its own rhythm, sometimes fast, sometimes contemplative, but always inspiring. It is a place where innovation and tradition coexist, where creativity is nurtured, and where the spirit of exploration lives in every street, park, and waterfront. The essence of San Francisco lies in its contrasts. Steep hills rise abruptly from the coastline, lined with vibrant neighborhoods and pastel-colored Victorian homes. Modern skyscrapers tower above historic buildings, blending old and new into a skyline that is uniquely its own. Bridges connect land and people, engineering and artistry merging into structures that are both functional and iconic. The city embraces diversity in every form, cultural, architectural, and environmental, creating a landscape that is rich, dynamic, and endlessly fascinating. Innovation pulses through the city like an invisible current. Silicon Valley may lie just south, but San Francisco itself is a hub of creativity, experimentation, and enterprise. Tech startups, art studios, and collaborative spaces populate neighborhoods throughout the city, fueling a culture of risk-taking and imagination. Entrepreneurs meet over coffee, artists sketch in parks, and engineers brainstorm in co-working spaces. Ideas spark, evolve, and take shape against a backdrop of breathtaking natural and urban beauty. Yet innovation is only one layer of the city's identity. History and culture are woven into its streets. Chinatown preserves centuries-old traditions, markets, and festivals that celebrate resilience and heritage. The Mission District tells stories through vibrant murals depicting social struggles, triumphs, and collective memory. North Beach echoes with the footsteps of literary greats who shaped the Beat generation. Haight-Ashbury resonates with the legacy of counterculture movements that once reshaped music, art, and thought. Each neighborhood contributes its own voice to the city's symphony, offering visitors an intimate view of San Francisco's soul. Nature is equally integral to the city's character. Twin Peaks provides sweeping vistas where hills, bridges, and water converge, offering perspective and inspiration. Golden Gate Park stretches over thousands of acres, blending gardens, lakes, museums, and trails into a sanctuary of calm. The coastline, cliffs, and beaches reveal the Pacific Ocean in all its majesty, reminding residents and travelers alike of the power and beauty of the natural world. In San Francisco, urban life and nature exist in constant dialogue, enhancing creativity and well-being. The city's energy is palpable in every moment. Cable cars clang their bells as they ascend steep hills. Pedestrians wander streets lined with art and history, and street performers fill plazas with music and laughter. Festivals celebrate diversity, bringing together communities to share culture, tradition, and joy. Restaurants and markets offer culinary journeys spanning continents, from dim sum to Italian pastries, fusion cuisine to street food delicacies. Every interaction, every sight, every sound contributes to a living, breathing ecosystem of human expression. San Francisco's bridges stand as symbols of vision and connection. The Golden Gate Bridge, a marvel of engineering, stretches over fog-laden waters, welcoming travelers from across the globe. The Bay Bridge links communities, commerce, and culture, facilitating movement while showcasing architectural beauty. Bridges in San Francisco are more than structures. They are metaphors for the city's philosophy, connecting people, ideas, and possibilities. Art thrives in every corner. Museums, galleries, theaters, and performance spaces celebrate human imagination in all its forms. Public installations transform streets into interactive exhibits, while local artists bring color, movement, and narrative to neighborhoods. Music, dance, and visual arts converge with daily life, ensuring that culture is not isolated but integrated into the fabric of the city itself. Even in quiet moments, San Francisco inspires reflection. Watching fog roll across the hills, waves crash along the shore, or the city lights shimmer against the bay at night, one feels the convergence of history, human ingenuity, and natural beauty. It is a reminder that the extraordinary is not always in grand gestures, but in the harmony of countless small details working together. San Francisco is a city that challenges and rewards curiosity. Every street, hillside, and pier tells a story. Every individual contributes to its energy and identity. It is a city where dreams are encouraged, where culture is honored, and where innovation flourishes alongside heritage. This is San Francisco, a city of vision, resilience, and boundless inspiration. A place where history, nature, and imagination intersect. A city that invites exploration, nurtures creativity, and reminds the world of what humanity can achieve when boldness, curiosity, and beauty converge. From the serene views atop Twin Peaks to the lively streets of Fisherman's Wharf, San Francisco is a city of endless wonder, adventure, and inspiration. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through its iconic landmarks, hidden gems, and cultural treasures. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more cinematic travel experiences around the world. And remember, every city has a story waiting to be discovered. What will your next adventure be? Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed exploring Prague as much as I enjoyed guiding you through it. If you found this travel guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautiful destinations from around the world. Got a favorite spot in Prague? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, safe travels and see you in the next video.